Learn how to use 什么 beyond just saying what. Do you think 什么 only means what in Chinese? Not really. In fact, we often use 什么 to mean something or anything too. In Chinese, 什么 is a pronoun. It can refer to something concrete, like food or an object. For example, beef noodles or a phone. It can also refer to something abstract, like an idea, a sentence, or even a period of time. So, 什么 is very flexible. It's not limited by shape, size, or quantity. Let's look at some simple examples. 你在吃什么？我在吃寿司。他在说什么？他说今天天气很好。你在学校学什么？我在学校学中文。We use 什么 many times a day. Its meaning changes based on the speaker's intention. Let me show you some real-life examples.
Patrick, 你英文怎么那么好啊？然后英文到底要怎么学？我小朋友到底要送到什么补习班
The 什么补习班 means which kind of school can teach English well.
越南你会看到超多国外的观光旅客，你不会很好奇大家对越南的印象是什么？
Here, 什么 refers to what kind of impression people have about Vietnam.
第二，题材更多元，制作成本低了就什么都能试，不怕亏本，难拍的特效也能轻松搞定。例如
The sentence is from a video about AI animation. It means with low cost, they can try any type of video, even hard special efforts.
对啊，我其实蛮少接受访问的。我被访问的时候，我都会很紧张。
为什么？
因为我已经习惯我说什么你们听什么。
哦，对对。
Here, 我说什么你们听什么 means whatever I say you listen. It shows how she is used to talking without conversation or interviews.
巴黎的这个脚踏车道的规划还不错，脚踏车道还蛮宽敞，而且没有什么阻碍的。脚踏车的法文
没有什么阻碍的 means there's nothing blocking the way. No treasure cans, straight lines, or chairs. 什么 here means some types of obstacles.
还是会觉得说，我们好不容易经营的那个家庭啊，那是不是我们还可以做一点什么？
Here, 什么 means some action that could possibly save the marriage. So now you see how 什么 in Chinese is super flexible. It can link to word before or after, and the meaning can change based on the situation. That's why we say, I say whatever I want to say. 我想说什么就说什么。Learning to use 什么 well would definitely boost your Chinese. The easiest way to start using 什么 is to ask questions. The basic pattern is verb plus 什么。Example, 吃什么？做什么？买什么？ Make it a little more complete. 你在吃什么？他在做什么？妈妈在买什么？ Use 要 for the future plans. 你要吃什么？他要做什么？妈妈要买什么？ Use the to ask about the past. 你吃什么了？他做什么了？妈妈买什么了？ You can also make your question more focused by adding a noun after 什么 Examples. 你在吃什么蛋糕？他在做什么菜？妈妈在买什么水果？ The same works with 要 and the. 你要吃什么蛋糕？他要做什么菜？妈妈要买什么水果？你吃什么蛋糕了？他做什么菜了？妈妈买什么水果了？ See, Chinese is not so hard. Let's review. Start with verb plus 什么 to ask open-ended questions. Add a noun after 什么 to make the question more specific. Use 在、要 and the to show present, future, or past. After learning how to ask a question, let's take a look at how to use 什么 to mean anything or whatever. The most direct way is to say 什么都可以, anything is okay. You can use this when you have no opinion about the next plan and you are fine with anything. For example, 晚上想吃什么？什么都可以。想喝什么？什么都可以。想要什么情人节礼物？什么都可以。These conversations are all fine in meaning, but sometimes 什么都可以 can sound like you don't care at all, like you are being a little indifferent. So you can make it sound warmer by adding more specific words after 什么都. For example, 晚上想吃什么？什么都吃。想喝什么？什么都喝。想要什么情人节礼物？什么都好。You can also make it sweeter. 晚上想吃什么？妈妈煮的我什么都吃，妈妈煮饭最好吃了。想喝什么？我什么都喝，你比较熟，你推荐吧。想要什么情人节礼物？你送的什么都好。什么都 can also be used to saying something in a negative way. The structure is 什么都不 plus verb or phrase. Let's look at the same examples. 晚上想吃什么？我什么都不想吃。想喝什么？我什么都不想喝。想要什么情人节礼物？什么都不要。These answers are grammatically correct too. But be careful, don't make the other person mad. Let's take a look at some other examples. 我肚子不舒服，什么都不想吃。太饱了，我什么都不想喝，谢谢。我什么都不要，我只想好好学中文。Next, let's talk about using 什么 to mean something. This is more complex because something often feels uncertain or vague. So we can't explain it with just one pattern. We need examples and context. The first situation is when you notice or sense something uncertain. The sentence structure is subject plus verb 到 plus 什么 and noun. Examples: 我闻到什么味道？我听到什么声音？我摸到什么东西？ Let's add more detail. 我闻到什么味道？你在煮什么吗？我听到什么声音？隔壁邻居在吵架吗？我摸到什么东西？怎么湿湿的？ You can use this kind of sentence when you notice or feel something unclear and want to discuss it with someone. Then add your guess to help the listener understand what you mean. The second situation is when you want to talk about uncertain ideas. The sentence structure is 我觉得 I think plus subject plus 有什么 and noun. Examples: 我觉得老板说的话有什么含义，但我没有听懂。我觉得他们之间有什么秘密，他们看起来很暧昧。我觉得这个方案有什么风险，我们需要先厘清。Let's break this down. 老板说的话有含义，他们之间有秘密，这个方案有风险。These are just guesses, so we start with I think to show it's only our opinion, and by adding 什么 before the noun, we are saying maybe there's something, but we are not sure. So we get 我觉得老板说的话有什么含义？我觉得他们之间有什么秘密？我觉得这个方案有风险。The third situation is when something happened, but you don't know the details. The sentence structure is someone plus verb 了 plus 什么。Examples: 妈妈买了什么？她说了什么？你喝了什么？ Add more description. 妈妈买了什么？袋子看起来好重。她说了什么？你怎么这么生气？你喝了什么？这么难喝吗？ Let's quickly review the grammar points we talked about in this video. 你在吃什么蛋糕？妈妈煮的，我什么都吃。我什么都不想吃。我闻到什么味道？我觉得他们之间有什么秘密？妈妈买了什么？ At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that 什么 is a pronoun, and its meaning changes depends on what the speaker wants to express. You can think of 什么 as meaning anything or something, but the context of the sentence will narrow down its meaning. For example, 你在吃什么蛋糕？我闻到什么味道？我觉得他们之间有什么秘密？ In these sentences, 什么 appears together with the nouns cake, smell, secret. It originally means anything, but when used with these nouns, it narrows down to a specific cake, a certain smell, or a particular secret. Now look at list 2. 妈妈煮的我什么都吃。妈妈买了什么？ Here, 什么 is connected to the previous part of the sentence. 妈妈煮的 and 妈妈买了。So it refers to what moms cooked or what mom bought. Again, even though 什么 can mean anything, the sentence structure and context narrow it down to more specific meanings. Lastly, 我什么都不想吃。Here, 什么 is linked to the action eat, so it means any kind of food. The sentence means I don't want to eat anything at all. Hopefully, with these 3 sets of examples, you now have a better sense of how 什么 changes and becomes clearer based on the context around it. So how do you get better at using 什么? I suggest breaking it down into 2 parts, understanding and output. If you hear native speakers use 什么 and don't quite get it, write down what came before and after it. Try to make the connection. This math will help improve your comprehension. When it comes to speaking or writing, it depends on your level. If you are still not comfortable expressing yourself in Chinese, go back to the sentence patterns from earlier in this video and practice those. If you are already speaking fluently with native speakers, try breaking down how they use 什么 in conversation, and mimic those patterns to improve your own expression. If this video helped you understand 什么 a little better, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and feel free to drop a comment and tell me 今天你学到了什么? What did you learn today?